So it's been a while. Haven't filmed a video in probably months, ever since I kind of moved into this new location. I'm trying to just get back in the groove of things and get used to my new living space. I feel like it's just been long enough and I want to sit down and actually film something. I've been kind of itching to film something. It is really hot though. I'm sweating. So if you see me sweating, I'm sorry, but it's like 110 outside. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, so it is very, very hot. And I have two lights in front of me, so that is not helping. Plus I have, you can't see her, she's sitting behind me, but I have my little Iggy Poppy, who is an actual like heating blanket, and she's on my lower back. Anyways, today we are going to be talking about manga and manhwa. I've recently gotten back into reading manga and I've been really loving and enjoying it lately. I have an entire shelf dedicated. You can see kind of some of it. It stops about here, but I do have an entire shelf dedicated to it that I'm quickly outgrowing and going to need more space for. I do have some manga that I have picked up within the last month and I just wanted to share it with you guys. If you're not interested in manga or manhwa, I obviously read a lot of other things, so I do plan on making videos as well talking about everything else that I read, but today, manga. Now the first volume that I picked up was Blackbird Volume 9. I do currently own volumes 1 through 15. Didn't own this one yet, so I did have a gap in the series, so now I have this. I have read the entire series already and I do really love it, but I just wanted to collect it and have it on my shelf. So in this manga, it is like a paranormal romance. It has a high school setting. A lot of manga takes place in like high school settings. I love when I find one that has older characters, but this is one that I have just loved for so long. So Blackbird follows our main character Misao, and she wants nothing to do with magic or mythology, anything like that. She just wants to live a normal life, have a boyfriend, do kind of all the normal high school things. Turns out though, she is a bride of a demon. There's a demon prophecy where her blood actually grants powers and magic, and it grants others who basically consume her flesh immortality. So the demon realm is fighting over the right to have her in their life. So she ends up meeting someone named Kyo, and he kind of introduces her to this realm and is trying to protect her from all these other demons while other things are kind of happening in the background. And it's really cute. I really like it. The next manga that I picked up, I actually picked up 2 volumes. I have volume 5 and volume 13 of Dengeki Daisy. This is a manga series that I have so much love for, but this is an incredibly hard series to actually collect. It's very hard to find some of these mangas. They're usually out of print, but I really want to read these physically. I don't really love reading manga or manhwa on an app. I am just collecting these when I can. I currently have volumes 1 through 7 and then 9 and 16, but I did pick up again volumes 5 and 13, so I do have a bit of a gap on this series. But this series is so near and dear to my heart. It follows Teru, and she's an orphan. She loses her older brother and she ends up communicating via text message with this character named Daisy, and he's always telling her that she can always reach him through texting, basically. There's another character in this story who always tends to be around and kind of knows what's going on with Teru and is always helping her out, but she is just trying to figure out who Daisy is. I feel like the actual series, like when I read all of it, it's going to break my heart. The next volume I picked up is Firefly Wedding Volume 5. This is one that is just fun. This is like a dark romance. It's a little unhinged, but it's really fun. We follow a noblewoman named Satoko, and she is trying to secure a marriage before she dies for her family. And before she is able to kind of accomplish this mission, she is kidnapped by someone named Shinpei, and he's a renowned assassin. And Satoko realizes that this could be her way out. She's like, if you save me, I'll marry you. And he agrees. She has no idea what she has agreed to. This is really fun. It's very fast paced. Again, it's unhinged, but it is really entertaining. The next one I actually got for free in a Pango order. My heart like jumped when I saw this because I have read the physical books of these, and it is one of my favorite books from high school. It is Vampire Kisses Blood Relatives by Ellen Schreiber. When I tell you, I mean, it's pretty old, you know, it's a little bit beat up, but I'm just so happy to own this. My little emo high school heart just absolutely loves this. This is a super cute high school romance. Our main character, she's goth. She loves all things kind of dark, and she's obsessed with vampires, and she doesn't believe in vampires really until she meets one. It's really, really cute. Our main character, her name is Raven, and our main MMC, his name is Alexander. This also really makes me want to reread the actual physical series as well. The next volume that I picked up is Love Me Not Volume 12 by Io Sakisaka, and this is a really cute, again, just kind of innocent high school romance with lots of drama. There's a lot of miscommunication. There's love triangles. I've only read the first couple volumes of this series, but I saw volume 12 was at such a cheap price on Pango that I had to pick it up. I currently own volumes 1 through 6, so I do have a gap now, but I was, again, just happy to pick this up. I honestly don't even remember what this is fully about, and the summary on the back is not the best. It just says fast friends. Yuna and Akari are complete opposites. Yuna is an idealist and Akari is a realist. When Lady Killer Rio and the oblivious Kazumi join their ranks, love and friendship become quite complicated. The next volume I got was Vampire Knight Volume 19 by Matsuri Hino. This is Volume 19. I can't remember how many volumes are in this series. I have read most of them. Did I finish this? Is there 19? Is this the last volume? This is a classic. If you love anime and manga, you've at least heard of Vampire Knight, or you've watched the anime and the kind of taboo-ness that is in it. There is an academy called Cross Academy, and there are 2 types of students. We have our day students and our night students. Once twilight hits, the day class has to return to their dorm, and the night class is able to attend their classes because vampires, right? But no one actually knows they're vampires. There's romance, there's drama, there's definitely a love triangle, which I love the love triangle in this one. The next 2 volumes that I picked up is Gokurakugai Volumes 2 and 3 by Yuto Sano. And this is a new one that I've picked up. I think I just went to Barnes & Noble and decided to pick this up, and I'm so happy I did because this is such a fun story. So this manga follows Alma and Tao, and they work in this underground business where they are fighting human devouring monsters and demons for a price. And yeah, they'll take on pretty much any case as long as they get paid. So I've only read volumes 1 through 2, and each one is kind of following a new case that they are investigating, and I'm sure it's going to get a little bit more serious, and there's going to be some new thing that gets unearthed that takes them away from working just kind of these normal cases. But I'm really, really enjoying it so far. The next volume that I picked up is Dear Door Volume 2 by Pluto. This is a manhwa that I'm obsessed with. When I tell you, I'm obsessed with this. It is so good. This is in full color, and the art is beautiful. This is, however, adult, so please don't pick this up if you are underage. I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't do, but I'm just saying this does get pretty explicit. This is BL, and I mean, I love my gay manga and manhwa, so this was great. In this one, we are following Kyungjun, and I believe he's a police officer. He works in some sort of law enforcement. There have been demons that are kind of entering this world. Kyungjun encounters one. Come to find out that he is what is called a door for a specific demon, and this happens to be a demon lord named Kane. Now, humans can become doors where basically the demons can kind of come and go through them to either go back into the demon world or return to the human world, etc., etc. There's just so much banter between them. It is explicit. Let me just say, there are some explicit scenes in this, but my god, this was wonderful. The next one I picked up is Ayakashi Hunter's Tainted Bride by Midori Yuma and Momonosuke Fujimaru. I don't know anything about this. I just saw it for really cheap and I decided to pick it up. It's by Kodansha. I really love Kodansha manga as far as like the height of them. I love the size of these mangas. Noragami meets My Happy Marriage in the steamy new historical fantasy romance about a cursed girl shunned by those around her and the demon hunter who falls for her. That sounds really cute. I'm probably gonna end up loving this. The next one I picked up is Volume 2 of After God by Sumi Ino. The color on this is absolutely beautiful, and I love the spines on this as well. They look really good on the shelves. The first one I believe is blue. Yeah. This has such a unique story, and I am so excited to see where the story kind of goes on this. This does remind me a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen as far as, I want to say like the newest season of Jujutsu Kaisen that came out kind of reminds me of that. So in this story, Japan has been invaded by gods and they've left nothing but death and destruction, with entire cities now classified as uninhabitable and dangerous. There is an anti-god researcher, Sachiyuki, and he's determined to find a way to take down the gods and save humanity. When Chance leads him to high schooler Waka, the two end up changing the fate of the world forever. I don't know how many are currently out of this, but I want to buy as much as I can so I can just binge it. The next one I picked up is A Sign of Affection Omnibus 2. So this has volumes 4, 5, and 6. This is such a heartwarming story. Oh my gosh, and the art is so beautiful. The art in this is very soft and it fits with the story very well. In this manga, we follow Yuki, who is deaf, and she's been communicating with sign language and her phone her entire life. She's not used to English, and when a tourist from overseas asks for directions, she nearly panics until a handsome stranger steps in to help, and his name is Itsumi. He's very charismatic and he speaks 3 languages, but he's never had a deaf friend. They feel drawn to each other, and he takes up learning sign language to learn more about her and communicate with her, and it's just really, really sweet. The next one I picked up is Blue Lock Omnibus 2, volumes 4, 5, and 6. I have fallen into the Blue Lock hole. I watched the first season on Netflix and it became quickly my entire personality. Now this, unfortunately, season 2 is terrible. They had like no budget to make the anime, and so it almost was like a PowerPoint. It was not good. So I decided to instead just go straight into the manga, and I'm going to be starting the series over. I just love this story so much. It is so over the top. It is so dramatic. It's about soccer, but it's a sports anime, a sports manga, so it's dramatic. It's very, very dramatic, but I love it so much. There's not really anything else to say besides there's like a facility that is training players to become the best soccer player and to be like the perfect, what is it called? They say it all the time. The next manga that I picked up is Bride of Ignat, I'm not sure, by Mayuri Mori. This is volume 1. I think this is the only volume. I didn't know that. I thought this was a series, but I think this might be it. So I hope I like it. I usually don't enjoy kind of like one-shot volumes. In a remote mountain village, the legend of the snowy mountain dragon is sacred, and so is the ritual that names Rita the dragon's bride. Chosen by tradition and bound by duty, Rita ascends the mountains to confront his fate, only to find himself stranded in a blizzard. He is rescued by Ignat, a breathtaking dragon in human form, yet the dragon of legend declares he no longer needs a bride. Alright, we're almost done. Just a couple more to talk about. I picked up volumes 2 and 3 of The Yakuza and His Omega Raw Desire. This one is also adult content. Our main character is a struggling romance author whose latest challenge is to interview the irresistibly handsome and notoriously unattainable leader of the Yakuza. He's dubbed kind of like the alphas upon alphas. Oh, in case you didn't know, this is also obviously like Omegaverse. As our main character's Omega traits awaken, her pheromones wreak havoc, drawing unwanted attention her way, and our MMC is also drawn to her but wants to protect her and keep her safe. And I just looked at a very spicy scene. Okay, the last volume is The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, Volume 2 by Saka Mikami, and I love this series. And an anime also just came out, which I'm definitely going to be watching. It's so sweet. In this story, there's basically 2 schools. One where it's kind of like the rich, popular kids who come from money. And then there's another school who doesn't have as much money as this other one. And a lot of the students don't come from a lot of money or don't have good home lives, and also don't usually care about studying as much. So there's that kind of dynamic there. But our main FMC ends up really kind of liking one of the guys from the rival school, and he ends up really liking her. He's kind of this tall, kind of scary looking guy, but is very soft and sweet to her, and she is not afraid of him, and people are usually afraid of him because he looks kind of scary. But this is just so tender and sweet, and I cannot wait to learn more about our characters in this one. Yeah, this is volume 2. I currently have volume 1 through 4. I had thought that I bought volume 2 like couple weeks ago, but I accidentally just bought volume 1 again, so I did end up selling that, and I picked up the correct volume this time. All right, so that is all that I have to share with you guys today. I decided to wake up Poppy to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching, and I do want to start making videos that has more manga content in it because it is something that I've been really enjoying a lot more lately. Hopefully Poppy will join us a little bit more too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope to start filming a little— oh yes, I know you're very sleepy. I do hope to start filming some more content. Let me know down below if there's anything interesting that you kind of want to see. I do plan on vlogging as well, but we'll see. I'm not making any promises, okay? Anyways, yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. Bye!